Hey y'all, Weaver here. I haven't really uploaded anything really educational for a while, so I decided to just to make this. You see my Billy running around, but this ain't gonna be your average tip video. I'm not gonna tell you the basic shit you can find out just by playing the game and looking at the abilities. Every Billy guide I've found has just been the same fucking stuff. So I'm gonna actually give you some real tips to actually help you, and not just pop down a gameplay video afterwards and calling it a guy. Me? I would never be lazy and just upload wins I've had. What kind of person you think I am, bro? Alan can go through walls, specifically some thin ones. Like this one, for example. There's a few spots on the map where this can be utilized, but it can be a little bit tricky. But specifically, you want to hit them with the shockwave. I think you can hit them with the melee portion as well, but I'm not entirely sure. I think you have to be very close. Yeah, you have to be very close, but you can hit the melee portion. But usually it'll be the shockwave. Or specifically, it can be used to steal camps. For example, right over here. It's a little bit of a poor example, but what you can do is when someone's trying to take this, for example, let's get these low. Well, I didn't want to do that, whatever. You can steal it just by doing that. Now that's a little of a poor example on this lane, but I'm going to show you a few other more spots. And it can also be used against McGinnis Wall as well.
You ain't stopping me. You want to play to the universe? Perhaps it has not. Swing! But we cracking them up. It's the greatest and only hope to find out a piece of me. I got you.
Hi. What? Bah.
Recently has been changed to immobilize in the air during the drag down. This is a benefit for a lot of reasons, most notably characters with a lot of mobility. So I'm going to use this Infernus as an example here. I'm going to make him mimic, flame dash. As you can see, when I am pulling him down with a drag, it is getting immobilized and canceled. You can see that right at the top here. This is the one that's most obvious to show, but there's a bunch of different ones that you can do with this. For example, Wraith TP. I've had it happen to me a couple times. It's a little hard to time, though. So, what you want to do, for example, is after you ult this Infernus, right? He's going to try to flame dash away. And that's when you drag him down and just stop it. You don't always have to have a ram first to do this, but it's the most consistent way of pulling it off. I'm going to show you a couple of more examples.
You ain't doing that. I get out of here with that weak shit. I don't back down to plus. Leave it to me. I got you. Cracking them open.
Oh my god. Weaverston, you're definitely a Billy abuser. I don't.
Okay, now I'm going to go over some melee tips for Billy. First thing first, don't be using heavy melees. Try not to do that. Billy's light melee is actually better than everyone else. It's faster and you don't get slowed as much when you do it. So let me show you doing it as Abrams.
See what happens.
See how much I'm getting slowed? Yep, very slow. Go to Billy.
What are you standing around for? Let's
I
start
basically have
breaking
full
shit.
speed while doing this. Okay. Next thing. A lot of people know about the light melee and the ram, right? But you actually should be doing this with all of your abilities. You can do it through bash down, because it's kind of hidden that way, right? You can also do it with blasted as well. So the key to this is you want to mix everything up. Maybe sometimes don't go for the melee when you do this. Maybe go for it on the bash down, right? Same thing for blasted here as well. The only time that I think you should really be going for heavy melees is if you have melee charge and you're close enough to where it's going to, you know, really matter. For example, they blew their parry, they're chained, you can easily set that up, right? Otherwise, you generally want to be light meleeing most of the time. And especially when you get a bash down, right? That's when you can buy melee charge, because it's going to start affecting that. See how it does more damage? Do not buy melee charge until you have tier 3 bash down, because it is just going to bait you and you're going to get parried for it. It's extremely risky, so do not do that. There is a bit of an exception for heavy melees, however. You can start going for them in large, chaotic team fights, and when you have unstoppable from your ult, something that happens pretty commonly, as people will be less likely focused on trying to parry you with a big fight going on. And, well, you just can't be parried when you have unstoppable, so there's less risk of going for it. There is a whole formula that I kind of have for heavy melees and melee in general, but I think I'll be saving that for a different video for the time being. Billy is one of the best people to have during a mid-boss contest, not only because of your bash downs being AoE damage, but also due to Chain Gang pulling people from the pit, and tier 3 Chain Gang giving you unstoppable, letting you punch for free. The key here is timing, and there is 2 methods for contesting when you have tier 3 ult and when you don't, and I'm going to show you. Okay, so I'm going to show you one version of this. This is the version where you have tier 3 unstoppable. So let me finish off mid real quick. So right about here is when you want to pop it. So that time it comes down, you're going to have everyone chained that's in this area, and you're going to get unstoppable from it. You want to try to time that by the time Chain Gang pulls, so when you get the unstoppable, you can actually heavy melee it. And now I'm going to show you the other option. Second option is assuming that you do not have Chain Gang, okay? So you're going to do the same kind of deal, right when it's about half. Right? So that way you can pull people off of it. Ideally you want to like ram out, pull them off, and hopefully that your teammates can summon Cannoneer and punch it, right? Even if you don't get all the crystals, even if you get one, it's still worth it. And if you think you can, if your team's strong enough, even if they do get all 3 crystals, you can just ult a bunch of them, and it's going to be easy for you to set up all your bash downs in a big chain gang, right? So it's not as strong as a Dynamo ult for mid, but you should always be thinking about how you can approach the mid boss with your ult.
Life of Riley.
Want dance?
Okay, lastly I'm going to go over some RAM movement tips. Right now in the current meta you should be maxing RAM first, by the way. It's really OP. So, first thing that you need to know is that right in the first, I think it's 0.4 seconds or something like that, is when you can change the direction. After like really scream, right? Like his RAM noise, that's when it's going to be a lot harder to change directions. But right at the start is when you can change it a lot. Jumping will give you more distance as well. It's a little harder to go straight up in the air, but you can pull it off with jumps and good movement. So general rule, start your movement right when the ability starts. That's when you're going to be able to do these sharp turns. Okay. Second tip, and I'm going to show you this, is you can get more distance when you try to run away with RAM, right? So I'm right here at the start of the teleporter. Max RAM goes about this far, okay? But you can actually use both dashes to extend RAM's distance. So dash, RAM, dash. You can see how much further I go. So dash, RAM, dash. That's going to give you a lot more distance. You can do this in the air too. but you can only use one because it's counted as an air dash. So you need to be doing that to extend your ram distance. To actually also help with this, throw wall jumps into the mix. You'll be getting a lot more distance if you work on your mobility while losing ram. See how much further I went from all the way from over there to here. That's a very insane mobility tool if you know how to use it. So keep that in mind. Another thing real quick, is you can extend Bashdown's little range a bit if you hold it in the air. So here, go that far, right? Between dashes, exactly. Hold it. We're going a little bit further, right? Especially if we throw a jump in the mix. So just something to keep in mind. You can go a little bit further if you stall it in the air on your dash.
I almost died.
Can buffer some items such as Arctic Blast with ram. See how they got hit there? Exact same as Ship Dash.
I don't back down from a fight.
You want some more?
The party's here, pal.
Thank you for making it this far, and I really appreciate you watching my video. I spent a good amount of time on this, and I am a pretty busy man. I'm also new to this whole content creation thing, and recording and editing and all that, so I really appreciate you stopping by, and let me know how I did. And if you have any questions, either DM me on Discord, or just ask it in the comments and I'll answer you. I'm live on Twitch pretty much every day. Weekdays it is usually around 8 to 9 a.m. and on weekends it is 4 a.m. Yeah, I know those hours are kind of messed up, but it's the best I kind of have at the moment. I hope you found this useful. Have a good day!